Welcome to the part 2 of practical morphometry analysis. Before we go further to begin to do something, I want us to understand that most times our 3D image or images may be very heavy. The size may be very large. This always occurs to 3D images, and we may need to reduce the size of the image or 3D image so that we can be able to work faster. But there are several tools to do this, to reduce the size of the image when the image is too large. In 3-dimensional. There are several tools for them, but I will quickly mention 2 of them. And sometimes also you may need to convert the image from one format to the other, maybe from apply to STL to OBJ, different image format, or you may need to convert to binary and the rest of them. So you may need to use some tools to perform this. One of the two I want to quickly introduce here is one that you can use to compress your 3D file if it's too large, because when the file is too large, it's very difficult to load by many programs. So let us quickly see. For example, this particular teeth cast here, this cast of the teeth here is 37 megabytes, very large. That is one 3D file, very large. But I'll be able to compress it to 2 megabytes here. You can see from 37 to 2 megabytes. You can see, though there's some reduction in the pixels, in the texture and the vertices, because they used to have a lot of vertices and textures, which create a plenty polygons. But we need to compress them for easy use. So now I want to compress this quickly and see how it is done. One of the two that is very flexible and easy to use, which is also free, is a 3D Builder. 3D Builder is from Microsoft, one of the Microsoft app you can download from Microsoft, and you can install and run easily. There are several tools to do this actually, but most of them are not for pay for them. But 3D Builder is totally free, and you can download from Microsoft. So this is 3D Builder interface. As you can see here, you can use to edit 3D object. At the same time, it can create 3D object if you don't have 3D. Maybe you have 2D images. You want to test a 3D experiment. You can use this software as well to create a 3D object. Now what you do first is that you insert your object. You go to here, you go to open. You can click on open here. So you want to open any object here. So there are sample objects you can use here to test to try. But here I want to open object. If you say load object, if you want 3D image, just say load image. If you want 2D images, you can click on load image. But if you want to use 3D object, click on load object. So we click on load object. So I come here to this plaster cast of the teeth. So I open here. It's loading. You can see that the file is very heavy. It has come. See the file. Let me see the object now, 3D object. See. So this 3D object now we want to reduce the size. We want to compress because it's too large. And when you come like this, you just click on import. You accept this importation. You accept. Click on import model. So when you accept, then you can continue. You can now begin to work on it. So now because we have brought it to this place, so we can reduce it now. So the next thing we do is to edit. So edit object, we click on edit here, edit tab here. So in this edit tab, when you click on this tab, you now click on the object, you select the object. When you select this particular icons, they will be enabled automatically. So now you can see that they are disabled. So when you click on this object now, you can see that they are enabled. So where we are going is just this last one called simplify. So it means to reduce the number of triangles. So we click here. So what we want to do is that the total amount of images, you can see this is the original polygons, 200,000. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, comma, no. This is 20 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 2 million. This is 2 million. This is too much. This is too. In fact, this is heavy. So that's why you have 37 megabytes for one. So if you now have 100 of this, for example, you can see even your own computer space has been occupied already. So now we want to reduce. Now this is reduction level. So just drag this. As you are dragging to the right side, you are reducing. To the left side is coming back to increment. So this is total amount now. So here you'll be sitting working here, processing while you are reducing. So as I click on this guy now, I reduce. I'm reducing now. Let me reduce to this level and stop. So you begin to work here. You can see that it's working down your processing here. So the amount will change here, the original amount and the current amount of the polygons we change here, the triangles. So when it finishes, it will display. So it's finished. That's finished. You can now from 2 million, we now have 138,000. Can't you see that that's actually much to reduce? So we have reduced this particular one now to this minimal level. So we can now click on reduce phase, which means we want to accept our reduction. Click on accept. So we have accepted now. So now we can now save this guy back. Now you can see can move around. So it has become reduced. So when you click on file from here, we can save as. So you can save at 3MF format, but this is not our standard format. We want to save at apply format. You can see STL, OBJ, and all the rest. So you can just save at a apply format as a polygon format. So we now call it a cast of the teeth 2. We save. Say okay. So this is the first two I want you to understand. Then if you go back now to this file now, you can see the difference. Look at it now. You see what we do here. This 37 MB. The second one is 25. Is 2.5 kilobytes. I mean 2 megabytes rather. So you can see the difference. So you can work with this now very easily. If you have 100 of this, it will be okay. So another thing that if you want to convert, you can use MeshLab. MeshLab is used for different purposes for 3D objects, but you want to convert very easily from one particular file to other, one format to other in 3D, you can use MeshLab. For example, you want to convert from PLY file to OBJ file to STL file, you can use MeshLab to convert. At the same time, you want to export object as binary, you can use MeshLab to do that quickly, because most of our objects, some of them you may want it in binary, some of them you don't want it in binary. For example, let's import a mesh. Let's say we have a mesh here. So you have a fish. This is a 3D fish. And this fish now, I may want to import this fish. If you check now, if you say import from here, export from here, export mesh as. Okay. I click on, let me export new. Now this is as a PLY format. Now you can use other format. You can say you can use a 3D format. You can use a STL format. You can use OBJ format. It will depend on the format you want. So, but I'm using this format now just as a sample. So when you click here, to ask you binary coding. This is automatically binary coded. Automatically binary encoded automatically. So some applications that you want to use to digitize, some of them require your 3D object to be binary coded, while some must not be binary coded. You can remove this one if you are using R fashion. You can remove the one in R fashion application, R package, But most importantly, you can easily do that here in Mesh Lab. Now I can uncheck this. If I don't want it in binary, I uncheck this. If I want it, I check it. So this is how you do. So before you now click on OK, you save. So this is very important. This binary is very important because many of the applications requires this is binary, while many require it's not binary. So some come with binary encoding, some does not come binary encoding. So you may need to check to know, because this is where the people always have problems when they are trying to digitize and the thing is not working. The application is not accepting their image, 3D image. What is going on? Some of them already binary encoded. So you might need to remove the binary encoding so that you can be able to digitize. So that is that for now on this. So I will see you later in the next one. Thank you.